Hello, my name is Oscar. I study at the Pan American University of Puerto in the Faculty of Education and Humanities, School of Modern Languages. In today's video, I'm going to go over some exercises related to past progressive tense. What I'm going to do exactly, we can read the instructions here. Let's zoom in for a second. For this activity, you will record a video putting the verbs into the correct form, past progressive. Okay, so we have an example. I run, and the verb run is changed to was running in the park with my friends. So let's do this for every sentence that we have here, starting with the first one. When I phoned my friends, the verb is play, and we have a blank space, Monopoly. So what we have to do here, when I phoned my friends, they were playing Monopoly. Second one says, yesterday at 6, and the verb is prepare, blank space, dinner. So this is fairly simple. Yesterday at 6, I was preparing dinner. The kids, the verb is play, in the garden when it suddenly began to rain. Again, the kids were playing in the garden when it suddenly began to rain. Next, I, and the verb is practice, the guitar when he came home. So I was practicing the guitar when he came home. To make this sentence sound more natural, we could change this particle with another verb, something like this. I was practicing playing guitar or playing the guitar when he came home. That's also an option. But for this exercise, I was practicing the guitar when he came home. And here we have the verb, which is cycle, and we have the particle not. So we have to take this into account. We were not, okay? We were not cycling all day, or we could also use a contraction here. We weren't. We weren't cycling all day. Okay. Next, while Aaron, the verb is work, in his room, his friends, and the verb is swim in the pool. Okay, so while Aaron was working in his room, his friends were swimming in the pool. Oh, forgot about this one. Were swimming in the pool. So the complete sentence says, while Aaron was working in his room, his friends were swimming in the pool. Next up, we have, I tried to tell them the truth, but they, and we have the verb is listen, and we have again the particle not. So we could say in this case, we could avoid the contraction and say they were not listening. I tried to tell them the truth, but they were not listening. Next up, we have what, and we have you and do. This is very interesting. We have to transform the verb do into past progressive. So doing. So we must say, what were you doing yesterday? You do yesterday. What were you doing yesterday? And we have a couple more. Most of the time, the verb is sit in the park. Okay, so most of the time we were sitting in the park. And finally, my siblings study not English. Okay, so the verb is study again. This is a negative. This will be a negative sentence, and we must use the past progressive. So my siblings, let's use a contraction again, weren't studying English. Okay, let's read them out loud from the top. So when I phoned my friends, they were playing Monopoly. Yesterday at 6, I was preparing dinner. The kids were playing in the garden when it suddenly began to rain. I was practicing the guitar when he came home. We weren't cycling all day. While Aaron was working in his room, his friends were swimming in the pool. I tried to tell them the truth, but they were not listening. What were you doing yesterday? Most of the time, we were sitting in the park. And finally, my siblings weren't studying English. Okay, so those were all the sentences that we had for today's exercise. Thank you for joining me in this video, and I hope I will see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.